Hi, Leather Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something I'm sure you know about this if you're watching the news. Lt Col Stuart Scheller is in the brig. He is an honorable member of our Marines, and he unfortunately is being scapegoated because he dared to publicize the corruption that's going on with the top military brass. It is gut-wrenching when you see his parents being interviewed on Fox News Channel and other news outlets. It is absolutely unfair what is happening to him. He is in solitary confinement. He doesn't even have a notebook to write in. He doesn't have television. He, I believe, was able to make only one phone call. He's all by himself. He did get a visit from a lawyer yesterday or something. It is absolutely unconscionable what they are putting this person through. 17 years loyal service to our military, and that's the thanks that he's getting. Now, they had just given him a 640-page letter of indictment that was presented to him. That, you know how long it takes even to read through 640 pages? Um, And the thing is that the word really needs to get out so that we can put pressure on the Congress people, the senators, anybody who has any kind of influence, get him out. The public needs to know this. I don't know how many people are even aware of the situation, aside from the people that watch news outlets like Fox News Channel and Newsmax and other things like that. But it is absolutely wrong that of all the people that are in jail, it should not be him. You know, people like Mark Milley, who, excuse me, if I don't know what is collusion more than somebody going behind President Trump's back and going and talking to the people in China. That is the textbook definition of collusion. And yet we have a very brave young man who dared to just tell the truth about what is going on in Afghanistan. Everything we already know about this hasty pullout, where the military left first, we've got all these animals left behind, all those Americans. It's not just a couple hundred left, it's more like at least 1,000 left behind, plus all those faithful Iraqis that helped the Americans. They're all stuck in Afghanistan and they're now at the mercy of the Taliban. And this is going on. For 30 days, Stuart Scheller was thrown in solitary confinement. All he did was criticize the rapid pullout of our troops in Afghanistan. I understand he made a video about it and they said you can't talk about it anymore. And he knew the risks he was taking when he spoke again about it, because the word has to get out. It takes a very strong, brave person to take a stand, and that's exactly what he did. And now he's paying the price. Meanwhile, you have these top military brass that, even though they're being grilled by senators and Congress people and Democrats and Republicans, and of course the Democrats are giving the softball questions. The top brass is getting away with it, and he is the only person who's in jail. If you're watching this video and you haven't already, please contact your Congress people, contact your senators, put the pressure on so that this man gets free. He doesn't belong in solitary. He needs to get an honorable discharge so he can be back with his family. He's got a wife, he's got kids. The kids are so young they don't even understand what's going on. He has no business in jail, all because he dared to tell the truth. And something must be done. Just, I can't even imagine how he feels and how his family feels. Imagine how his wife feels going through this. Imagine how his parents feel. I mean, they've been interviewed a number of times, and they're not young people. They don't need the stress. It's stressful enough knowing that you have a loved one that's in the military, taking all the chances that our fighting men and women are taking out in these dangerous parts of the world. But for him to be used just because he dared to tell the truth, it took so much courage to do what he did, and he's in solitary confinement now. He needs out of there. Lt Colonel Stuart Scheller has no business in solitary confinement, just for speaking the truth. He needs out of there. It's just, there was a time when the top military people didn't get political. They just did their jobs, they followed the chain of command. But now, these are different times that we're living in. And you see what some of them are getting away with, thinking that they can have judgment on, especially when President Trump was still in office. And Mark Milley decided upon himself with, after consulting with Nancy Pelosi, of course, and they dared to express concern about President Trump's state of mind. So then Mark Milley goes and calls President Xi in China, and just to reassure him that we weren't going to attack them, when first of all, he had no right to go behind President Trump's back like that. And I never thought that I would live to see such corruption in my lifetime. People, instead of being our warriors and working at the behest of the president, and now, of course, with President Biden, and I hope, I hesitate to think that it was Biden's idea to leave in such a haphazard manner, to leave so many Americans behind, leave all those animals behind, and the Taliban, now they're all at the mercy of the Taliban. I mean, any 6-year-old kid, even a 6-year-old kid with developmental disabilities could have done a better pull out than what was done here. It just, it makes me scratch my head. I'm sure it does you too. Something needs to be done. Gosh, this is, I can only imagine how he feels. All right, I want to keep this short and sweet tonight. Not a whole lot more to say, but you need to put the pressure on. The man needs to get out. And of course, I could think of several people that really need to be in jail for all the blood that has been spilled unnecessarily, the innocents that were killed because of that drone strike. Those kids are dead because, and the thing is, if we had boots on the ground, if we didn't have to pull out when we did, then we would have had better intelligence, and those kids would be alive, and they're gone. Now, we need to get some organization going on. We need to get Stuart Scheller safely out, maybe replaced by some of those top brass that are going about everything so fast backwards. All right. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, please do subscribe. And if you do, hit the bell. Make sure it looks like it's ringing. You won't miss anything I post. Talk to you in a couple of days. Bye.